Hello.
And welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be going over the brand new card changes, and I'm going to be giving you the brand new tips and tricks that have come along with his changes, what's good about him, what's bad about him. So let's get right into it. So first of all, with Carl's recent changes, he has been nerfed a lot. His main nerf was in between his shots is a 0.5 second delay, so you can't spam when there's a wall nearby as much as you can. You can do it once every second, which is not really that much. And also his axe speed, it got decreased after it being increased multiple times. I think that's fine, but I just don't agree with the 0.5 delay between each attack. That's just none. It's fine against long range attack because the axe returns back and he can just shoot straight away since that's more than 0.5 seconds. So what does this do? This makes that the spin is more viable and more useful than just heading onto an enemy straight like people used to do. I used to do that. I could just go against someone and then just spam in the wall, catch them off guard, and just do as much CPS as I can. Now you have to play more strategically, more passive, or more aggressive actually with the spin. And this is why the second star power is more viable in this situation. I personally thought of the first, but the second star power after that getting a buff as well by 10% extra like damage reflection. I think the first one's better, but most community, from a cost perspective, it is better to use the second star power. So you guys should be using this. Unless you don't like using the spin as much. Like most of the time, I use the spin as mobility. So when I die, I used to get straight back ups in the action, so I don't miss as much. I just see in the gameplay in the background, you guys can see all my insane plays I've done with Carl and Brawl, and all his weak points and strong points, which I'm going to be going over right now. So his strong point right now is definitely his spin. His spin and his long range attack is definitely the best part about him. So this made him so he's not good against tanks anymore, because he can't just deal an insane amount of DPS. So you're gonna need a brawler to pair up with Carl. I'm not really sure what that is right now. It might be a spike. It might be another heavy hitter because Carl can deal a lot of damage. Carl at max level can deal 1680 damage, which is a lot. Which is, I think, a little bit less than BB's swing, and a little bit more than BB's bubble. So it does damage, and it is something you have to look out for. Now, for tips and tricks, I would give: do not hang on to your super. I think you should just keep your distance. But if you do have your super, you should just use it straight away. In whatever situation is, which in most situations you should use it, because you can either take down a Poco or a very weak brawler, or you can use it for mobility to get around the map, to maybe play mind games with someone. That's another good reason. Like I see in the gameplay, I do just sometimes just pop my super on and just spin like around back and forth just to play mind games, like to sort out my positioning, which is even better. And also, another tip is that obviously keep your distance, because due to his nerf, you don't want to really go head in because you can't do as much damage. Like, when I say the delay is awful, I mean it's awful. But it definitely has balanced him down, and the damage buff definitely did fix it. So I think this is the best state he's been in, the most balanced state. So I don't know when was the last time I didn't use his power throw star power. It was definitely a while ago, but back then he was way different. Okay, my second tip is to use Carl's super as mobility. This is very important because if you're playing like a competitive environment, so for example in a tournament, a league, anything right now, even the World Championship, you should use Carl's super to, like, when you die, you can use it to move out the map. That's only if you use power throw, because if you have the shield on, it's kind of a waste. So if you're using first star power, you should just use the super to get mobility, to get back up the map, or to reposition yourself, because it's also a good way to reposition yourself. For example, there's a Shelly near you and you just want to get away from her, you should, and just get a better angle. That's good. It can be also good and Brawl Ball. So if maybe a teammate shoots up and you just pop your super, catch the ball and then quickly score, it's very efficient in that way. Now my third and last tip is play with a brawler that complements Carl. What I mean by that is great chemistry. For example, healers are very strong with Carl, especially Poco, because if you use Protected Pirouette, which is Carl's second star power, and you have a Poco on your team, you can just team wipe everyone. I'm pretty sure there's no stopping them unless like you cancel out the super. It's just so much damage, and also like with a heal, it just builds up to insane amount of control, maybe possibly wiping out the team. That's why you should always use healers with Carl, because those two, healer and Carl, they just complement each other so well. Now that's gonna be it for my tips and tricks video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.